Hello everybody and welcome to round 6 of the 2020 CHESSA Online Olympiad Selection Tournament Open Section and Under 20 section. So just let us see the standings so far after 5 rounds. They've only gotten 4 rounds so far in the open section. They need to fill in some results first. So this isn't completely true, but I think Bramos, Jacob and Guni is doing really well. And let's just see, before I go back, in the under 20 section, the real star at the moment is Banele Mshangu, but also Keith Kamalu. They haven't lost a single game. Keith with the one bye. These two definitely looking to take the tournament home from the under 20 section. So I'm not sure if the pairings or the games have started. Some people still waiting to get paired. Oh wait, I need to go to the TVs. That's why I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so Duji, Loop Fistful Men have just started their game. Steenkamp, Johan Steenkamp has also just started against Kenny Willenberg, and wow, look at this position. Kenny Willenberg going for a King's Indian and getting spatially crushed here on the queen side, but I think all of this is theory. Liking Steenkamp's chances over here, and I think I'm a bit slightly in the way still in the video. There we go. Wait, let's move myself up a little. Video up more to the left. Okay, and this will be an interesting game. Holy Cornholio. Come on, why am I forgetting this guy's name? In the Scandinavian. Let me just open the list of players' names. Roland Poseidonite. There, I got it before I even opened the list. Playing against Hakia. Hakia with a Scandinavian. The real Frenchie, Roberto de Abreu. Playing against Kenny Solomon. 2 Kennys in the open section, round 5. Kenny Solomon with the black pieces here. Playing against, I'll just tell you, devilishly tricky prep by Roberto. This guy always preps and nice stuff for us. So we got that game there. Bramos, Jacob and Guni, in my eyes, doing the best so far in the open section. Having had a great draw against Matpon, and I don't know which round that game is from, but I'll put it in the comments section down below. Go check out that round and the game. I'll timestamp it as well. It is just really the best game so far of this tournament. Roberto versus Jacob and Guni. I'll just feature it as well. Do an analysis when I have strength to do so after the tournament. It's just a great game. So playing here against Supremacy Blitz, also a person that's been having great games. Also, just look at the rating there, 2300. Doing a rating like that on LiChess is not an easy feat, and we know this guy does not play around when it comes to rapid. A Nachi Matt Pon. He is playing against the Sneaky Weasel, and it looks like Matt Pon is up to his own sneakiness as well. When I see this a4 pawn, this knight going to a3, I just know Matt Pon is somehow going to get the knight. G4, and there's gonna be an H4 advance later on in the game. So this is the start of it. In any case, let's move on to the under 20 section. We have the guy that wins, who is Devin Smith, playing against Mr. Panda Bird, and I'm not sure who Mr. Panda Bird is. In any case, let me just start clearing out some of the names. I'm still going to be busy with this stream for a while. So who is Panda Bird, guys? Okay, let's find out. And Devin actually had a draw with a similar type of structure just now. He blundered a piece but managed to make a draw with his rook on e8 and e7. Banele and playing against Mr. Dry Pen actually blitzed through this opening very quickly. And it seems very comfortable for white. Black is not really worse. But Banele should be taking this game home already sometime soon. Kanya also having a good tournament so far. I think he's lost a game. Don't know against who. In any case, playing here with the white pieces against Mr. Trophy Master. Something like a Maroxy bind happening. These two pawns binding on d5. Very similar to, let's say, Banele's game. Okay, the Wolf, Mr. Keith Kamalu. He's playing against my friend Chess King Mark. He's already up 3 pawns. Mark is blitzing out his games. I have no idea why. What happened? Okay. I think the issue is running into opening prep over here. And Muzi over there in the comment section saying somebody's naked. And the person that's naked is Mark over here. His king is very exposed. 3 pawns down. This is actually just the quick loss over here. I don't know if b5 was the best opening preparation here. In any case, going to the endgame quickly. And this will not be a long story. Knight check, pawn here. Walking into the line as well. Okay, let's see. Floppy the Dog, Paul Gluckman against Mr. Michael Simpson. I'm sure these two have had countless games over the board. This time Michael's on the side of having an f5 break. He lost the game against Banele. We needed to go f4. Against Keith, I think. And well, simply Keith took on e4. He was happy with that. But Paul Gluckman's opening prep is good. He also just got in his first win. So maybe is feeling more confident in this game. Vusi Muzi is also playing in this round. Against the Crazy Castle. Crazy Castle 05, but Crazy Castle's already down a pawn. And it's like the juniors or the under 20s are running through their games way more quickly than the adults are. Maybe it's to psychologically pressure their opponents. Or it's that they feel that this is the best move they can come up with. Let's just make it in any case. Who wants to look for a better move? Black has already offered a draw, which white... we were talking about that in the game against between Matt and Jacob and Guni. The draw offer stands even after your opponent makes a move. So wait until your opponent makes a move before accepting the draw. Then you've got as much time in your own turn as well to accept the draw. And also you can see what move your opponent comes up with. If he doesn't make a good move, then you can obviously continue playing. Just decline the draw then. Okay, so that's a run through between all the games happening in round 6 of this tournament. And I need to check my data usage. I thought it was the chess using so much, but it seems like my system is like background things happening. Mr. Doogie and Mr. Lupus Full Men. Their game is also pretty vibrant already. Maybe as black, you don't want to trade anything or have anything to do with trades on the e5 square, so maybe you can even consider playing knight back and something like f6 later on. Try and see if you can get an e5 break of your own in. That would be my long-term idea. Yeah, Steenkamp. Johan Steenkamp, Kenny Willenberg. And we were saying Steenkamp had already stolen some space on the queen side, and look at what he's done with it. We kind of left it after rook f7, I think. Knight c4, and then g5 from Kenny. Kenny's not having a good day today. He usually a great blitz and bullet player, so he likes initiative and playing instinct moves. So g5 looks like he wants to try maybe g4 and try and switch to the king side. In any case, Steenkamp, just a4, trades now that the queen can't recapture, and knight b4, pressure on this pawn, pressure on this pawn. Already something's falling. Bishop goes back to defend this pawn. Steenkamp just goes away and takes this pawn and retreats the knight back to the position. Kenny now having a think, should he take the knight or not? I think in any case his position is already pretty weird. White is going to be playing on the queen side, trying to make a passed pawn with one of these pieces, and Steenkamp looks very comfortable, hoping for his sake that, for Steenkamp's sake here, that he gets the win. If there's anyone with loads of experience in classical, it's actually both of these players, so both of them will do well for the South African team. Nothing against Kenny Willenberg. I like the guy a lot, but I think Steenkamp might be a slightly better option for slower time controls. Definitely not blitz. So let's see if Stenkamp can manage to even get into the team, because for the whole time already, Holy Corn Holio is just having a fantastic tournament, and Roland Besaid note. And he's playing here against Mr. Hakia, who I'm not really sure who Mr. Hakia is. But Roland's position seems very spacious. I like this bishop especially, and the way there might be something against the g6 pawn or something. So liking Roland's prospects here. Not too many threats, it seems, from black's side of the board. So real Frenchy Roberto, how's this game going? And it already looks pretty insane. I must say that it's always fun watching Roberto play. Even if he doesn't play the greatest chess on the planet, it's always exciting chess. Definitely costs him a few games. Also gets him a few games I think he doesn't expect to get. By the way, I wonder what was... you can't go knight there. Sorry, I was looking at... But that's simply the pawn hangs. So ideally you'd like this. So, but Roberto's just expanded in the center. Kenny with another tricky game. But we have seen him swindle today. That is his expertise. Give him any position. He can play it for you. Just give him some pieces. The guy is just fantastic at defending. It's in his blood to defend. Not the most aggressive South African player, I'd say, but probably the best defender. He's our Karyakin. Nguni versus Supremacy Blitz. And Nguni is now up a pawn. In the previous game, he decided to be down a pawn. This line, I like Supremacy Blitz's style generally. Feels like he'll do things that keep him active. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm running through data like it's nothing. There's really something wrong with my computer, because chess shouldn't be taking so much. So I'm just going to top up. This is ridiculous. So Bramos, Mr. Nguni is deciding whether bishop a3 or bishop c5, I guess, should be played. Or if there's anything else. I'm not seeing anything else yet. Okay, he decided on bishop a3, but now, suspecting supremacy, will take on c2. Rook c1, queen, yeah. I think supremacy really wants to take with his rook on c2 if he can. Okay. I'll be back in the eye shot of the camera soon. Just charge. Okay. Seriously, what's eating my data like this? This is just weird. Okay, so queen takes c2 played. Okay, queen takes c2. I think the best option here is rook c1. Queen takes, you can just go bishop takes. Actually, if queen takes, you might have the intermezzo, rook takes, bishop takes, and then bishop takes. Slowing down black's position, I think. The bishop's definitely better on the square, so I'm expecting rook c1 from Jacob Nguni. Will give him time to find something. And the Sneaky Weasel and Matt have been playing a quick game. We left it kind of out here. Queens got traded. And yet again, Matt Also probably one of the strongest in this arena, not having the best results. Just a great blitz player in general. Bishop f1. We'll see a lot of remaneuvering still by both sides here. Inachi. Devin and the Panda Bird. Panda Bird is Yaduvir. Okay, cool. We know that now. And, well, Devin is playing against this isolated pawn. But it's not too clear. Maybe I'd prefer white slightly because of the exposed nature of black's king. But furthermore, it's not that clear. This bishop is also very nice. It's got the bishop for the knight, black. So, very balanced. Okay, we left Banele a while ago. With we were talking about the Maroczy bind. He pushed the c pawn and wanted to double. One of the rooks came off, and I think one of the main points in Banele's position here is that he's got the d file, and converts the d file into the 7th. In chess, it's all about converting one advantage into another. So you need to continue changing the nature of your advantage. The advantage of the d file becomes the advantage of the 7th. The advantage of the 7th becomes maybe a pawn you win, and the pawn you win becomes a queen maybe later on in the endgame, and that's how you win. So the nature of your position and your advantage is always relative and dynamic. And in this case, Banele's advantage is the fact that this rook is on the 7th and the bishop is actually, well, there's a bit of a pin here, so there might be a new advantage now in their position because of all the strange things that black needs to do, and that could maybe be the d6 square. I can definitely imagine Banele trying to get the knight here. Tactically would be the best. If you could go knight here immediately, would have been great. How else could you get the knight there from here? So we might see knight d1. I think the issue is something like king back and rook here, king there. Suddenly your rook can be trapped. So you need to throw your rook back and suddenly the rook can be challenged again. So very instructive, the advantage. I actually want to stay here just to see Banele's next move. I think it'll be interesting to see how he navigates this advantage. A knight here would be ideal, obviously, and if you can play it immediately, you'll be winning a piece. But knight d1 would be aiming to do so, but you need to walk into king d8, and after rook b3, rook d8. The trade could maybe happen, king takes, and then knight e3. Okay, he's going for something else. Bishop back. Maybe the idea is just to put a bishop on c4, claim the king can't move away. So I'm guessing king d8 immediately is necessary. But then rook c7, you still got this issue as white. The rook can be kicked away immediately. So I'm not liking h6 necessarily. I think king d8 needs to be played. So maybe there was an odd case where, okay, so that's how the rook's getting kicked out. Now you can consider playing this. King here, bishop, king there. Okay, Banele knows he's not getting it, but now also the d file is still his. So he doesn't really have the advantage of the 7th anymore. He's still got the d file for himself, and sorry, he's got these doubled pawns he's playing against, which is nice. Okay, Kanya has already checkmated Trophy Master. He did not 19 minutes ago. He checkmated this guy within a minute then. That's strange. I want to see a live replay of this. 19 minutes ago. Real time. Let's go to the start of the game. Because if they started playing 90 minutes ago... oh wait, that's when they started playing. This would have been a very quick game. Yeah, 30 moves. Well, okay, it was like a 20-minute game. Let's jump. But they did move really quickly. Knight 3, King H1. Oh, we were actually talking about Kanya's Maroxy bind, and I'm guessing there was a blunder somewhere. Here it is, just dropping a piece. You can take and then play Knight D5, picking up a piece, picks up the queen, and Kanya doesn't wait when he's up so much material. He'll just quickly mate you. In any case, here it goes. And mate. Okay, so they didn't bullet the game out. And the wolf is also done. He took down Mark. Yeah, Mark, I think he's a bit agitated at the moment. Not playing very calm chess. Threatening mate in one, and I don't think there's anything to do. Shame. Okay, Paul Gluckman and Michael. This seems the big pairing of the round for the juniors. Actually, let me just start with good work etiquette for the rest of. So this game's done. Kanya won. So I'm just gonna close the tab. And Keith won. And Michael Simpson and Floppy the dog, Paul Gluckman. This is their big game. It looks like they were trying to make a draw or something. Neither of them sure of how to push in the position, scared to risk too much. Paul's still quite comfortable, I can maybe say. Crazy Castle, Vusi. Vusi's up the exchange. Crazy Castle's not having the best of tournaments today. Yeah, Vusi won the exchange earlier on. He had the d4 pawn. I think we left it at the isolated pawn. And with this fork, he just won the exchange like this. Okay, that's where we are at. Okay, so Vusi will be taking this game. I'm sure of it. This game is actually interesting for the juniors, Michael and Paul. But Nele, whoa, okay. We actually stood still here for a while. The h6 bishop here, rook back, and here's the trickiness of Black's position. How to really release your king and pieces out of this awkwardness. So I'm expecting just bishop c4 or something, going off the pawn, or we can see a captures and check. We can just leave it. He can just play rook d. Okay, so he's probably just going to play bishop. Or just defend the pawn. His position is still superior. These doubled pawns weak. King here. He's just going to back up. Is that the plan? Okay. Okay. Drypin is still holding on. Let's jump to the seniors again. Duji and Lupus for Men. They be careful. Be careful, white. Something like this could happen. Black, isn't he losing it? No, he's not losing a piece. This comes with check. Good trade. You can't really trade. Duji's playing well. That's a nice find. Also, this rook is potentially active if white ever wants to recapture. So, putting my money on Duji. Steenkamp, what has he done so far? He won the pawn on the queen side, if you guys can remember. With the knight over here. So he won that pawn, came back with the knight. And Kenny is definitely starting his king side attack. And Steenkamp will be playing on the queen side. And I think Steenkamp felt it necessary to move his king at this point. It's just saying, Okay. Moving the king immediately still allows queen c3. So first queen and then king. And now the queen is actually shut down from this entire file. And one of the pieces doing the big work is the king. So it's a cool idea. Maybe Kenny should have tried queen c2, but maybe that doesn't work after bishop d3. So let's then come up with a strong move here, queen c3, a3. And king d1. How to progress, how to progress. Black can always take. And for something like bishop takes, this pawn will forever be pinned. Oh, you know what? It's not actually. Stenkamp still got his bishop around. I don't know. He's won a pawn, but it's not the healthiest of pawns. And Kenny, if you give him half a chance at something that even looks like an attack, just don't. You can give him an attack, but it mustn't look like an attack. This looks like an attack. Your king is still in the center, although the center is completely shut down. His rook and queen are fairly happy. Your queen is just defending these two base points, not getting to that a8 square. So what other moves Steenkamp can really make here? Tricky position, and time situation is becoming less. More scope for making a mistake. In the meantime, Holy Cornholio has won an exchange. Or did he do that earlier on? I was saying this position is just great for him. Wait. I think we left it round about here. There was a lot of space advantage for him. He pushed a6 and remaneuvered that knight and got the pawn back and went for the fork. But I think at this point Hakia was okay with it. Instead, I'll rather play a position down the exchange than one without any hopes. Okay, so still kind of sharp, I'd say. Black's king is moderately safe on h7. Okay. Yeah, Roland's running away with this one. I would. A7, such a strong find. Obviously, just to make another queen. Nothing's really happening on the king's side after some evaluation. I think your instincts might say knight g3 and you might have some compensation. But you know what? I've actually also missed something that maybe both. King h7. Okay, d3. Knight here, is it threatening anything? Queen comes with checks. You can even sack a queen. It'll be up a rook. Hakia playing against two queens. But at least he's got a knight, right? Black just resigns. Attack's gonna fizzle out. Knight g5 is necessary. How's white running through with this? I don't even think it matters. White's just yeah, this is the queen defending and a queen attacking. What else do you want in a position? You don't need a specific line. You can just kind of see it like this. Okay, Roberto and Solomon. And I was liking Roberto's position, and obviously I think he went and did something strange. I think the strange thing he did was going e5. He had this nice block in the position. Okay, so he actually wants some material, but that's not his style. That's why he gave it back. And he's sharp, he's very sharp. Doesn't really blunder anything ever. He's actually threatening mate now, as well as threatening the rook. Very sharp player. I actually think Kenny's going down now. He's at least going to have to give back the... He's going to have to take the bishop, I guess. Or play h5. No, h5 also gets rook takes e8. So maybe queen e6. Okay, that's his idea. I kind of know Roberto was calculating rook takes, king takes, and bishop. Must be something he was looking at over there. Yo, this is a disaster of a position for Kenny. Mate's threatened over here. He might need to play h5, but just queen g5 then. And the threats are renewed. Rook can also come to e5. South African chicken is asking who's Roberto. Who's Frenchie. And I don't think Kenny's defending this. Oh. These guys, eh? I'm not really allowed to commentate, especially if I'm missing stuff like that. With Roberto with 9 seconds, he's just going to have to make a move now. How did Kenny find that? So... Oh. Shucks. It's just the... No, this is now game over. Not a lot of time on the clock. Both players finding moves I did not even dream about. But now queen b4 check, threatening queen g5, coming with mate. Kenny found this very nice move, attacking the rook and defending the pawn. And Roberto, without any time on the clock, blitzed out. Or didn't blitz out, it looked like he needed to find it first. Whoa. Queen check first, and Roberto's running away with this game. Black resigns. Roberto de Abreu takes down Kenny Solomon. Queen b4 check. 11 seconds on the clock. Your rook's being under attack. Your mind is already consumed with trying to take the h6 pawn. And now you need to run back your queen to b4 for a check, so that the king moves, so that you can run your queen back to g4 for check, so that your queen can enter, and the other queen needs to give herself away. What a nice find. What a nice find. I already suspected he might play something like rook f1 just because of the time pressure. And Kenny Solomon goes down. Not his day today, not his day. Ramos, Jacob Nguni, having a good tournament so far. Really good. He's got the bishop pair in this situation, an extra pawn, not the healthiest of pawns, but he's hoping a trade would occur so that he could make them passed pawns. Playing against Supremacy Blitz, this guy is not just a blitz player, he's a rapid player. He's a chess player. He's a player. Okay, bishop b5 maybe to force this trade and then recapture. I don't know. It's been a long day. I don't even know if I can find these moves anymore. Bishop e5, at least I got one right. If this was school, I'd maybe have a correct answer, but this is chess. So now taking doesn't look too fresh. Bishop b5, nice. Okay, what's the deal? What's the deal here? I don't think you can allow knight takes because of this guy over here, but maybe bishop c1. You're okay. So maybe what to do is white. I think he's got 2-3 minutes on the clock to figure it out. Maybe simply king d3. This knight might not be able to come in. You know, you'd be fine to trade. Bishop falls back, but the position can repeat now, can't it? Okay. I think black's just looking to shut down the position, because then the knights would be worth a bit more. So if he can get g4 in, he might be able to wiggle the knight to e4 somehow. In any case, I'm capturing the pawn. This is what Nguni is calculating. Tricky position. Okay, let's see what's happening in the other games. Mr. Nachis hasn't won any material yet against the Sneaky Weasel. They've gone down this path, this path, and a very equal position. And Black's going to have to give up the bishop now, but having the knights here is quite nice. Maybe the Weasel can sneak this one away. Can get a knight there. How can you get a knight there? Let me show you. The shortest path to this square. That is quite a quick path, maybe. But then again, that is a square. Matt's gonna have to play really well here, I think, to hold the draw. If the knight gets there, you've actually got you got some problems. So you maybe need to use your other knight. Oh, okay. One knight for defending, one knight for attacking. And you can leave this construction. If check, you just move your king back. It's a light squared bishop, and he does so. Okay, so this knight, I like this move. You can still go back for that square on g7. And Matt Pawn has got a very, very bad bishop. The check also doesn't help. White offers draw, black declines draw. He knows his knights are gonna be very sneaky now. Just be careful. What is Matt up to? He wants to just come back and defend the pawn. Now you've got another free knight. You must have a preconception of where this knight is moving to, I think, at least. Maybe, you want to go for this square, probably. Is that his plan? Is he prepared to risk it all for the glory of the win with knight a4? Or is he just going to play back and say that there might be a different square somewhere? They agreed on a drop. Okay. So in the open section... Wait, we didn't see the ending of this game. Mr. Duji, I was thinking he's playing well. Back here, where he found this knight d5 move. Really nice move. And as I suspected, this rook on the c file entered. And went back for that h2 square. Made a pass pawn. Considered being attacked by his opponent, and then ended the game with mate. Steenkamp, he's still struggling. Oh my. His game went so wrong. This went wrong. I think he's trying to make a draw at the moment. We left it kind of over here. Even more back. Well, g3 was what he came up with. I was scared that something like this would happen. Oh no. He got some checks. Gave away a piece for some more checks. And now trying to continue checking his opponent. And I think they'll be making... Oh, okay. Maybe he can play for the win now. Maybe he can play for the win. He's got an extra pawn. If he ends up playing for the win, this would be a really great win. Just the ideas behind the win, that plus 5 seconds per move. I'm just gonna sit and watch. I'm sure he can pull this off. I'm really sure of it. I think you can even play King G4 now. King G4. Queen G2 check. King takes pawn. Queen H2 check. Sooner or later you'll be getting both queens off of the board. King takes, queen takes h2, king e3. Yeah, threatening queen f4 check. Can block with a queen now. If you're confident that you're winning. You can't run the king up. He's running the king this way. Sooner or later, I can already tell you the queens are going to come off. King here, is there a way to lose this still as white? I don't know. What's Steenkamp's idea? To block a check one day with a check and get the queens off and push this baby through. Sooner or later, I feel that black's going to run out of checks. Queen c3 check, king here. And I don't see any more checks. There's queen check over there, fortunately. King here, queen check. Well, still a bunch of checks to have to work through. Maybe king up immediately. To me, check over here. Try and get the king, I don't know, higher up the board. Isn't there a way to get the queens off now? Isn't there a way to get the queens off? Quickly, Steenkamp, quickly. 5 seconds increment. Don't waste too much time. Just check the guy. Check. There's still a few checks you can try. Now this check. Queen h8, queen h8. Play queen h8. You missed. Oh no, he didn't play queen h8. I'm gonna have to send him another screenshot. Queen h8. Picks up the other queen. If he ends up drawing this, it'll be because of queen h8. Missing queen h8. Now the queen can come back. Yep, bring the queen back. Now you've got this. He's still got it though. He's still got it. And now the queen can block most checks with check. That's why his opponent moves his king, but he's going to play queen b2 check. Even queen up check. He's going to get the queen off. He's going to get the queen off. He's got so much time again on the clock. This is a tricky route. The queen on the h square is difficult to get off with check. If he'd found queen h8 earlier on, this would have not been necessary. Is he going to wiggle the king somehow? Sooner or later, he might just need to play king d5 again, and he's going to have to walk into a world of checks. I don't think he's liking this. Is that seriously my daughter again? He walked into some checks again. I hope this isn't perpetual. Okay, so zigzag the king up. Now he's getting to the square. King here. Oh. This is great. And, poof. Kenny Willenberg is going to have a tough time finding the correct checks here. Can't lock with the queen. No. He's going to run his king up even more. And now Steenkamp is looking for this check over here. There are no more checks anymore. This check would just draw the game. By the way, if king moves up, is something like this available? Ooh, this is very close. Very close now. Very close. Queen is coming off now. Come on. Come on, queen. I'm gonna get you. Tricky game to convert. By the way, I don't know how many pawn moves, when the last pawn move was. That is also needed to be taken into consideration over here. Okay, queen h8 check. Queen probably just blocks. The king is moving closer to the other king, so it feels like a mating net will be close by. And the other difficulty is, as the king gets closer, there are more opportunities to try and trade down queens with check. So king here. And now the point is that most checks can be blocked by check. Don't blunder the game somehow. This just seems awfully easy to blunder. King here, queen here. I think this is now game over. Queen here, queen here. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Maybe king f8? No, just simply queen f8 check and then trade. Ah. Yeah, queen f8 and... No, you can't do that. You can't play queen d6. Simply queen takes and you're lost. The king defends. This is so difficult. Okay. Okay, now he's still getting somewhere. Queen h6 check. Queen defense. Is there another... Ooh. Ooh, I like that. He's going to push this pawn up. Nope. Oh, he finally gets the queens off. Finally. Finally. And Blackjack Revolution is not going to resign. Let's just get back to the previous position. Some puzzle rush over here. Steenkamp played really well. A lot of king maneuvering involved, but one little thing missed, made his life very hard. Let's see, is this the last game? I expect so. We'll just quickly run through the games that are done then. In any case, okay, so Steenkamp won there. Holier won with the extra queen. The Frenchie beat Kenny Solomon, big upset. Matt Pond made a draw against the sneakiness of the Weasel. And then in the end of the day, Devin Smith ended up winning this game. Okay. And against against Panda Bird, against Jaromir. And Banele also ended up winning with, look at the advantage of the 7th. Floppy the Dog. Paul Gluckman ended up taking this game. After Michael actually had an opportunity to make a draw, Paul ended up just running another pawn through to the end of the board. And Vusi took down the crazy Castle 05. In any case, that is round 6 for you. I'll be back soon for round 7. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, or you will be missing some of the other rounds of the tournament. There are still a few to go, and they are all very exciting. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.